Hey everybody, welcome back to A Brief on Grief. Um, Today, yeah, as a continuation of kind of the theme of the last couple of videos, and in the energy of the new year, because we're still in the new year season, um, New Year's, the end of the year, and New Year's tends to be a time where of lots of reflection and kind of goals and intention settings for the new year. And with that, when we sometimes, to move towards the new things that we want, we sometimes have to let go of some of the things that we have, or make changes in some of the things that we have, or make changes in ourselves, shift things in our relationships, different things like that. And that can be scary. And of course, as we've learned, that any change in life is actually a loss. So it creates an emotional loss, which can create some emotions of grief. And of course, I'm creating this video and speaking this topic because I can relate to it a lot. And related to the big transitions and changes that I've been doing in my beliefs around money and some of my roles with my family the last few months, this really came up for me, and I thought it was kind of fun because it's kind of playful. So I love that. I love that when my journey involves play. So, I'm sure some of you can relate and have heard the message FOMO, so fear of missing out. So I realized in my kind of reflection of where I was at the end of 2023 and where I wanted to be and the big things I wanted to create in 2024, I realized that for that big stuff that I want to create, that I was going to shift and change and maybe temporarily give up some of the things that I enjoy. And there were lots of emotions about that. So as with a lot of us humans, as with change, we fear change, and we have a lot of emotions related to change because it can alter a lot of things, right? It can alter the different relationships in our lives. It can alter our relationship with ourselves. It can alter what our job and our world looks like, how we spend our time, everything. So FOMO really came to my mind. I was like, FOMO, yeah, I definitely have some fear as I set these intentions for next year. But I was just like, it's not just fear. There's way more here. And I was like, there's sadness too, SOMO. So I was like, yeah, there's sadness, seeing some of the things that I might have to kind of let go or alter related to ways that I spend my money that tend to be sources of joy for me, and the idea of kind of letting go or cutting those back with a bigger intention of what I had or what I was kind of seeing and wanted to create for 2024. But definitely along with the fear, there was sadness. But what was the strongest, especially for a period of time, when I was really digging in deep to some of the ways that I spend my time and the ways that I spend my money in joyful things that I love doing, and the idea of having to give those up temporarily for other things, or for the goal, paying off debt, or that's one of my big goals for next year, paying off student debt and stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, I'm very aware of another emotion that's there, is rebellion. There was my inner child rebelling again, because this is related to the way I grew up. I grew up in poverty. I grew up in doing without a lot of things that bring me joy, or I've realized that as I've gotten older and created a different life, so many things that bring me joy that I didn't have access back to then. And that inner child inside of me not wanting to let go of those, even if it's for this bigger goal that's for my highest good and what I actually want to create in this wild dream that I have for my life. It was still some serious inner child rebellion going on too. So I was like, that's ROMO. So FOMO, SOMO, ROMO. Those were the main things that I was feeling in this transition over the last couple of months. So fear of missing out, sadness about missing out on the things that I was going to have to let go, or maybe even just temporarily let go of towards these goals in 2024. Another big one of those is travel. That's a huge one. But then that ROMO, that rebellion of what I was going to miss out on, no, I don't want to. I don't want to give up this. I shouldn't have to. And all those arguments, inner child kind of tantrums inside of me. So I thought that was kind of fun and playful when I realized that it was much more than just FOMO that I was moving through in that time. So FOMO, SOMO, ROMO, and I'm sure there's other emotions in there too that might come up for you. And I realize you guys probably can resonate with that. If you're on a journey of deeply exploring your life, what you want, what you don't want, making big changes, creating big dreams, we do have to change and let go of stuff to do that, or change and let go of people to do that, or our relationships with people, our relationships with different things in our lives. So yeah, so FOMO, SOMO, ROMO, and whatever else is going on for your heart. Okay, see you next time.